Welcome to the Preeminence Daily Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters, founder of Ascend. Be sure to grab your ultimate guide to preeminence at preeminence.tv. Today we're talking about you can't learn while you're talking. So tune in, listen up, and get ready to take a focused action on your message, mission, and presence to create accelerated results starting right now. I remember my teachers in grade school saying, you can't learn when you're talking. You can't learn while you're talking. I think that's a more proper way of saying it. And, actually just recently that it was in Facebook that I did a post, and I quoted here, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth isn't scriptural. It's an attempt to silence you. Some people have these kind of fake Bible quotes and make it seem like that's something you should be doing, is since God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, you shouldn't be talking. Now, I want to throw this at you here because I know as a leader, our voice is so important. We need to use our voice to communicate. We also need to listen in our communication to make sure whatever we're saying is relevant to the conversation. I'm saying this because I just listened to Gary Vee's podcast. I listen to him very frequently, and he had a couple guys come into his office, and they were in to spend 5 minutes with Gary Vee, and these 2 young guys went on and talked and talked and talked, and you could hear Gary say, yep, and he started finishing their sentences for them. Sure, yeah, I'm familiar with that, yep. And the guys kept on talking about themselves and what they were doing. And then they gave a small portion of time for Gary to give them some feedback. And Gary just asked them a question. They went on with talking. And one of the first questions Gary asked them is, so what brings you guys in here today? And they were like, I don't know, just wanted to come in here, kind of check things out, see if this is something we want to pursue. And coming into somebody's office like that has so little time for people outside of a very strict schedule, or even if they schedule this appointment and he's giving them time of his day, to not come in there prepared with specific questions to ask. Again, I was on a mastermind call, and if an individual has 30 minutes to ask their questions, get feedback from a group, they gave about 10 minutes of backstory. And literally it was way too much. We didn't need to know all that. What they really needed to do is, here's my situation, do that in about 15 seconds, and what do you think are my next steps? And if you have an expert in the room, listen for the expert's response. Because sometimes you'll have a mastermind, which is a mock mastermind. It is literally a mentoring group where everybody feels like they have equal rights, equal say in it. And so when you hear from another member of the mastermind, you don't know that they're an expert. You weigh what they say equally with the person who put that mastermind together. So in this instance, the individuals were giving so much backstory. They wanted to tell us all about what was going on. And then when someone would give them advice on, I think this is what you should do, and they would say, yeah, I already did that. Yeah, I've done that. It doesn't work. And what they're failing to do is listen and then reassess if they actually did what this individual had said, or if they want to seem like a know-it-all. Your action step on your path to preeminence as a student, we play leader a lot, but as a student is to go in prepared with your question when you're speaking to an expert. Definitely you want to respect their time. You want to do your background checks. You want to make sure you know where they are an expert at, and go in and ask specific questions that you've prepared, so you give them just enough information to give you the best quality answer they possibly can, and respect their time. And the less you talk, the more questions you're going to be able to ask. I want you to take this advice when you are with someone who you really look up to, who you see as preeminent in your field, or a field you're wanting to learn more in, and just respect their time, ask them the question, make it pithy, and go for it.
This daily podcast is all about you becoming the preeminent voice in your marketplace. So take the consistent and necessary action each and every day on what you've learned over the last few minutes. When, not if, when you're ready to take your business, your organization, your name, your brand, and your commitment to the level of preeminence, head on over to preeminence.tv where you can download your own copy of the Ultimate Guide to Preeminence, enroll in the Elevation program, and join us on one of our next live events. If you're not subscribed, simply visit iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Play right now and click subscribe. Until tomorrow, make today and each and every day count towards creating preeminence in your space and a legacy that matters.